In tonight's Taking Action for You, a woman who works for the city of Detroit has to bury her husband. And in the process, she gets a call from the funeral home saying he isn't insured.
But she thought he was for years. Devastated over her loss and frustrated about not having enough money to bury her husband, she called us for help.
7 Action News reporter Jennifer Bisram talked with her and the city and got to the bottom of it all, and she joins us now. Jen.
Glenda and Carolyn, Yolanda King says she thought her husband was covered because money was still coming out of every paycheck. Now, she says she had to borrow thousands of dollars from her family to bury her husband, something she thought she would never have to do.
I had to go from place to place to borrow money from my family members to get my husband buried.
Yolanda King, a senior detention facility officer who's been working for the city of Detroit for about 20 years, just lost her husband of 20 years. He died of heart failure.
He reached over to put his seatbelt on. By the time I made it to that third gate rail, he slumped over on my shoulder.
As if coping with his death wasn't hard enough.
Funeral home called me and told me that they had the city on the phone and that my husband wasn't insured. I thought I had the insurance through the city of Detroit.
She says she was told by her insurance company that she didn't renew her coverage online.
You didn't cancel him off the health insurance. You didn't cancel him off of the dental, but you canceled him off the life insurance. And you continued to take my money out.
So while grieving, she had to come up with more than $9,000 for the funeral.
What was the hardest part of this whole thing?
One, having to borrow money to bury my husband. Two, not having the security that I thought I had with the city of Detroit.
We went to the city for answers. They tell us it turns out when they switched to their open enrollment process, Yolanda did not renew the coverage for both herself and her husband. They sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, however, due to a computer error on the city's part, payroll deductions for herself continued, so she had reason to believe her previous level of coverage was still in place. Because of this error, we are making sure that Ms. King receives the benefits to which we believe she is entitled, end quote.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Now I can pay pay people back.
And the city also says their hearts go out to Yolanda and her family, and they regret if this issue caused her additional stress at this very difficult time. Now, Yolanda is thankful and says she will stay on top of enrollment process moving forward. We're live in the newsroom. Jennifer Bisram, 7 Action News.
All right, thanks so much, Jennifer. And an